Hello everyone, myself Dr. Ajit Kumar Surana, Assistant Professor, Suresh Gyanviyar University, Department of Physiotherapy. Today we are discussing about a electrotherapy topic, TENS, TENS or transcutaneous electrical nerve stimulator. First of all, the objectives of the TENS are learn how TENS occurs, know different types of tenses, identify the indication and contraindication of TENS, demonstrate the treatment of TENS, and learn TENS position for different injuries. These are the objective measures for the treatment. First, the learn how TENS occurs, know different types of tenses, identify the indication and contraindication of TENS, demonstrate the treatment of TENS, and learn TENS position for different injuries. Now, the content of the TENS. Introduction of the TENS, definition, classification, production of TENS, how TENS produce, general features and effect of TENS, type of TENS, management of TENS in physiotherapy, conclusion and references. These are the contents of the TENS. Now we start with the TENS or transcutaneous electrical nerve stimulator. TENS, it is the electrotherapeutic modality used for the nerve stimulation. TENS, it is mainly a electrotherapeutic modality. It is the electrotherapeutic modality that used for the nerve stimulation. So TENS is a electrotherapeutic modality that is used for the nerve stimulation. Transcutaneous means through skin. Transcutaneous means through the skin. Nerve stimulation. Nerve stimulation means current has sufficient intensity to depolarize sensory motor pain nerves. Nerve stimulation means current has a sufficient intensity. Current have a sufficient intensity to depolarize sensory motor pain and nerve. So this is all about the TENS. It is a electrotherapeutic modality mainly used for the nerve stimulation. Transcutaneous means through the skin, or nerve stimulation means current have sufficient intensity to depolarize sensory motor and pain nerves. Now the types of TENS or modes of TENS. Mainly TENS is of 5 types. Transcutaneous ending nerve stimulator is of 5 types. First one is the high frequency or low intensity TENS, or also called as conventional TENS. Second one is the low frequency and high intensity TENS or acupuncture type of TENS. Next is the brief intense TENS. Then is the burst TENS and modulated TENS. There are the 5 types of the tenses. First one is the high frequency or low intensity TENS or conventional TENS. Second one is low frequency and high intensity TENS or acupuncture TENS. Third one is the brief intense TENS or burst TENS. And next is the modulated TENS. So these are the types of the tenses. Mainly it is of 5 types. Tenses of 5 types. Now the next is first we are discussing about the high frequency or low intensity TENS or conventional TENS. We discussing about the high frequency and low intensity conventional TENS. High frequency TENS, the frequency of the high frequency TENS is 40 to 150 hertz. The frequency of the high frequency TENS is 40 to 150 hertz. It has a short pulse duration. It has mainly a short pulse duration. It is 50 to 80 microsecond or 50 microsecond common. Frequency of high frequency TENS is 40 to 150 hertz, and short pulse duration, it has a short pulse duration. It is 50 to 80 microsecond or 50 to 50 microsecond common. Gradually increase the intensity. We gradually increase the intensity of the high frequency TENS. Neither painful nor elect muscle contraction. It is neither painful or not elect muscle contraction. This is all about the high frequency TENS. In frequency of the high frequency TENS is 40 to 150 hertz. It has a short pulse duration. It is 50 to 80 microsecond or 50 microsecond for common. Gradually intensity, they increase the intensity. Gradually we increase the intensity. It is neither painful nor elect muscle contraction. Now the mechanism of action of high frequency TENS. It stimulates large low threshold AB fibers. It mainly stimulates the large low threshold AB fibers. They cause pain relief via pain gate mechanism at substantia glatinosa. They stimulate high frequency tenses. They stimulate large low threshold AB fibers. They cause pain relief by a pain gate mechanism at substantia glatinosa. Now they decrease the neural activity by affecting dorsal horn neuron activity. They decrease the neural activity. Next, they decrease the neural activity by affecting dorsal horn neuron activity. They decrease the neural activity by affecting dorsal horn neural activity. So this is the mechanism of action of the high frequency test. First, they stimulate the large low threshold AB fibers. They cause pain relief by a pain gate mechanism at substantia glatinosa. And second one is they decrease the neural activity by affecting the dorsal horn neuron activity. Doses of the high frequency tenses are method for self. They are mainly used for method for self treatment. Duration varies 30 to 60 minutes once or twice a day to continue for a minimum 8 hours a day to even full 24 hours. Duration it varies 30 to 60 minutes once or twice a day to continue for a minimum 8 hours or day to even full 24 hours. These are the doses of the high frequency tenses. Now the indication or therapeutic uses of the high frequency tenses. The indication in which condition they are mainly used. So these are the therapeutic use means in which type of condition they are mainly used. So the indication or the therapeutic uses of the high frequency tenses. Acute soft tissue injury, they mainly used in acute soft injury, pain associated with musculoskeletal, pain associated with musculoskeletal disorder, post-operative pain, inflammatory condition, and myofascial pain. Indication or therapeutic use: first, acute soft injury, soft tissue injuries, any soft tissue injuries, any pain associated with musculoskeletal disorders, post-operative pain after operation, after any surgery pain, inflammatory condition, or myofascial pain. These are the indications or the therapeutic uses of the high frequency tense. Now, second one is the low frequency or high intensity tense or acupuncture type of tenses. Low frequency, it is 1 to 5 hertz. Frequency of the low frequency tense, it is low, it is 1 to 5 hertz. They have long pulse duration, it 2000 microsecond. They have a long pulse duration, it is 2000 microseconds. High intensity up to 30 milliampere or up to the patient can tolerate to produce visible muscle contraction. When we increase the intensity or high intensity up to the 30 milliampere or up to the patient can tolerate, till the patient can tolerate to produce the visible muscle contraction. So so the low frequency tenses have a frequency, they have a low frequency that is 1 to 5 hertz, and they have a long pulse duration that is 2000 microseconds. They have a high intensity up to the 30 milliampere or up to the patient can tolerate to produce visible muscle contraction. Now the mechanism of action of the low frequency or high intensity TENS or acupuncture TENS. They stimulate high threshold A delta and C fibers. They stimulate high threshold. They stimulate the high threshold A delta and C fibers, due to which the release of the endogenous opiates, release of endogenous opiates, they are mainly used in the pain relief and the spinal level. So, low intensity and high frequency tenses or acupuncture type of tenses, they stimulate the high threshold A delta and C fibers, due to which release of the endogenous opiates, due to which release of the endogenous opiates, they reduce pain at spinal level, reduce the pain at spinal level. Next, they stimulate the pituitary gland. They stimulate the pituitary gland, helps to release beta endorphin. They stimulate the pituitary gland, help to release beta endorphin, block the receptor site of A delta and C fibers, and they block the receptor site of A delta and the C fibers, block the transmission of when they block the receptor site of A delta and C fibers, block the transmission of the pain. So they stimulate pituitary gland, helps to release beta endorphin. They block the receptor site of A delta and C fibers and block the transmission of the pain. Now they are used in additional muscle contraction, gives sensory information through muscle spindles. Additional muscle contraction, they gives additional muscle contraction, give sensory information through muscle spindle. This is the mechanism of the low intensity and high frequency low frequency and high intensity TENS or the acupuncture type of TENS. First, they stimulate high threshold A delta and C fibers, due to which release of endogenous opiates. Uh, Endogenous opiates mainly used in the reduced pain at spinal level, and they stimulate the pituitary gland, helps to release beta endorphin and block the receptor site of A delta and C fibers. They block the transmission of pain. Additional muscle contraction gives sensory information through muscle spindle. Now, the placement of the electrode in the low frequency and high intensity current or acupuncture time. For the muscle contraction, electrode placement mainly for the muscle contractions. Over acupuncture point, we apply the electrode over the acupuncture point, motor point of the muscles, over the motor points of the or myotomes related painful area, and myotomes related painful area. Patient will experience paresthesia, twitching type muscle contraction. Now, the electrode placement in the low frequency and high intensity acupuncture type, for they are mainly used for the muscle contraction, and the electrode are placed over the acupuncture point or motor point of the muscles or myotomes related painful area. Myotomes related the painful area. Now, the patient will experience patient after the electrode placement, the patient will experience a paraesthesia, twitching type muscle contractions. Now, the doses of the low frequency, high intensity or acupuncture type of tenses, once per day up to the 20 to 30 minutes, or at times up to the 45 minutes. Once in a day up to the 20 to 30 minutes, or at times up to 45 minutes. They are used in acute relief of pain, may not be experienced. The relief may be last long. Acute relief of pain may not be experienced. Acute relief of pain may not be experienced, but relief may be last long. Now, the therapeutic uses of the low frequency and high intensity tenses are long standing deep aching pain. They are used in the long standing deep aching pain, myofascial pain, and muscle spasms. They are used in the long standing, the person who stand for a long time. So they are used in the long standing deep aching pain, myofascial pain, and the muscle spasm. Now, the third one is the brief intense tense. Brief intense tense. Frequency of the brief intense tense is 100 to 150 hertz. The frequency of the brief intense tense is 100 to 150 hertz. They have a long pulse duration. It is 150 to 250 microseconds. High frequency 100 to 150 hertz, and they have a long pulse duration. It is 150 to 250 microseconds. And highest tolerable intensity, they have a highest tolerable intensities, no longer than 15 minutes at a time. We apply brief intense only for 15 minutes, not more than the 15 minutes. So this is all about the brief intense tense. It has a high frequency, that is 100 to 150 hertz, and have a long pulse duration, that is 150 to 250 microsecond. They have higher tolerable intensities, and no longer than 15 minutes at a time. Now, mechanism of action of brief tense. Pain relief is due to activation of activity in the brainstem. In brief tense, the pain relief is mainly due to the activation of the activity in the brainstem that dampen or amplify pain impulse. Pain relief is mainly due to the activation of activity in the brainstem. They dampen and or amplify pain impulses. They originate the pain impulses. Amplification protocol is referred to noxious level tense. Amplification protocol, it is referred to the noxious level tense. Amplification protocol is referred to the noxious level tense. Amplification protocol is refers to the noxious level tense. During the passes through the brain, short circuit occurs. During the impulses that passes through the brain, the short circuit impulse stimulate the release of endogenous opiates in the raphe nuclei. During the passes through the brain, the short circuit occurs. Short circuit mainly occurs. They stimulate the release of the endogenous opiates. they stimulate the release of the endogenous opioids in the raphe nuclei. So this is the mechanism of action of brief tense. First, the pain relief is mainly due to the activation of activity in the brain stem that dampen or amplify brain impulses. Uh, they dampen and amplify pain impulses. Second one is the amplification protocol is referred to the noxious level times during. Next is the during the passes through the brain. Short circuit occurs. They stimulate the release of endogenous opioids in the raphe nuclei. Now descending pain suppression system activated. Now the descending pain suppression system is descending pain suppression is activated. Now the depending pain suppression Now the depending pain suppression system is activated, loops afferent impulses down the spinal cord. Loops afferent impulses down the spinal cord. Opioids. Now the opioids, they inhibit the release of substances P, a neurotransmitter of the noxious impulses. Opioids, they inhibit the release of the substances P, a neurotransmitter. Substances P, a neurotransmitter of the noxious impulses. High level analgesia is achieved through this but transitory. High level analgesia, it is achieved through this but transitory. Now the therapeutic uses of the brief tense. Therapeutic uses of the brief tense. They use in the local painful condition. They are used in the local painful conditions. Painful procedures as skin debridement, suture removal. Therapeutic uses of the brief tense are they used in the local painful conditions. They are mainly used in the local painful condition and painful procedure as painful procedure as skin debridement and suture removal. Now the next one is the burst tense. Burst tense, they provide packing of the several stimuli in groups. They provide the packing of the several stimuli in groups. Burst tense mainly they provide the packing of several stimuli in groups, presenting in burst of energy sensed by the patient as a single stimulus. They are presented in burst. They are presented in burst of energy. They are presented in burst of energy sensed by the patient as a single stimulus. They have a high frequency, that is 40 to 150 hertz. Frequency of the burst tense is high frequency, and that is 40 to 150 hertz. They have a high intensity and short pulse. So this is all about the burst tense. They mainly provides packing of the several stimuli in groups. They provide the packing of several stimuli in groups. They present in burst of energy sensed by the patient as a single stimulus. They have a high frequency, that is 40 to 150 hertz, and high intensity and short pulse. Now the high frequency train of pulses delivered at low frequency. High frequency train of pulses. High frequency train of pulses that are delivered at low frequency. High frequency train of pulses delivered at low frequency. Combination of, they have a combination of conventional and acupuncture tense. Um, Burst tense is a combination of conventional and acupuncture. Burst tense, it is a combination of conventional and acupuncture tense. Mechanism of pain relief by both method. Mechanism of pain relief by the both method. Now the modulated, next one is the next one, and the last one is the modulated tense. Pulse length, frequency and amplitude can be constituency and automatically changed. Pulse length, frequency and amplitude can be constantly and automatically changed in modulated tense. They provide three of parameter change in cyclic fashion. They provide the three of parameter change in cyclic fashion. They provide the three of parameter that change in cyclic fashion. They prevent adaptation appropriate of conventional tense. They prevent the adaptation appropriate of conventional tense used for longer period. They prevent the adaptation appropriate of conventional tense used for longer period. Modulated output is more comfortable to the patient. Modulated output that is more comfortable to the patient. So modulated tense, they have a pulse length, frequency and amplitude can be constantly or automatically changed. They provide of three parameter change in the cyclic fashion. They prevent adaptation appropriate of conventional times used for longer period, and modulated output is more comfortable to the patient. Now the wave train. Some manufacturers have designed a series of modulation. Some manufacturers have designed a series of modulation, burst, and standard modes in a pre-programmed flow in a form of wave train. Now the advantages of the TENS. Advantages of the TENS. They are non-invasive technique. They are non-invasive technique. No need of um, they have a non-invasive technique, means no need of injected inside the body. They are non-invasive, directly apply over the skin. They are portable due to which they are easily handled. User friendly, can be used by patient at home. They are user friendly and they can be used by the patient at home itself. They are non-addictive. Non-addictive. These are the advantages of the TENS. First, they are non-invasive devices. They are portable, user friendly, can be used by the patient at home, and non addictive. These are the advantages of the TENS. Now the next, disadvantages of the TENS. Intolerance to sensation of ES. They have intolerant to sensation of ES. Skin irritation due to allergic reaction with conductive medium. They cause skin irritation due to the allergic reaction with conductive medium. They have thermal burn due to chemical reaction or high current intensity. They cause thermal burn due to the chemical reaction or high current intensity. These are the disadvantages of the TENSes. First, they intolerant to the sense of ES. They are intolerant to sensation of ES. Skin irritation, skin irritation, irritation, skin irritation, mainly due to the allergic reaction with conductive medium. And the thermal burn occurs due to the chemical reaction or high current intensity. Now, intense or prolonged stimulation cause muscle spasm or muscle soreness. Intense or prolonged stimulation, intense or the prolonged stimulation, they cause the muscle spasm or the muscle soreness. Necrotics decrease the effect of TENS. Necrotics, they decrease the effect of the TENS. So these are the disadvantages of the TENS. First one is they intolerant to the sensation of ES. Skin irritations, mainly due to the allergic reaction with conductive medium. Thermal burn due to the chemical reaction or the high current intensity. Intense or prolonged stimulation, intense or prolonged stimulation can cause muscle spasm or muscle soreness. Necrotics decrease the effect of the TENS. Now the physiological effects of the TENSes. There are two physiological effects of the TENS are the pain control and the blood circulation. These are the physiological effects of the TENS. First one is the pain control and second one is the blood circulation. First, pain control. Pain control is mainly due to the decreased transmission of noxious impulses to the CNS by affecting conductivity of the small fibers. Pain control is mainly pain control by the TENS by they decrease the transmission of the noxious impulse. They decrease the transmission of the noxious impulses to the central nervous system by affecting conductivity of the small fibers, or they are affecting the large motor fibers, and they are affecting over the large motor fibers, interfering normal gardening pattern of the muscle or muscle span. They are interfering with the normal gardening pattern of the muscle or muscle span. So pain control by they decrease the transmission of the noxious impulses to the central nervous system by affecting conductivity of the small fibers, or they are affecting the motor fibers, or interfering with the normal gardening pattern of the muscle, like cause muscle spasm. Now second one is the blood circulation. Cutaneous vasodilatation due to the sensory nerve stimulation. They cause cutaneous vasodilatation. They cause the 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 cutaneous vasodilatation due to the sensory nerve stimulation. Due to the sensory nerve stimulation, axon reflex subsequent or release of histamine. They cause the over the blood circulation. they cause the cutaneous vasodilatation due to the sensory nerve stimulation or axon reflexes subsequent release of the histamine. Now second one is the monophasic pulses. Monophasic pulses Second one is the monophasic pulses. Monophasic pulses alter cellular growth and the activity and improve healing. Monophasic pulses, they alter the cellular growth, and activity and improve the healing. These are the blood circulation. First, cutaneous vasodilatation mainly due to the sensory nerve stimulation or axon reflex subsequently or release of the histamine. Second one is the monophasic. Monophasic means pulse alter cellular growth and the activity and improve healing. Now the indications, they are mainly used in the chronic pain, acute and chronic pain of osteogenesis, genic, myogenic, neurogenic origins, acute or chronic pain of osteogenic, myogenic, neurogenic origin, post-surgical pain, reduction of the post-traumatic acute pain, traumatic acute pain. So indications are, first one, they are using chronic pain, acute or chronic of osteogenic, myogenic, neurogenic origin, post surgical pain, reduction of post traumatic acute pain. Now the application of the TENS, large main operated or small battery operated or pocket model. Application of tenses are the large mains operated, or second one is the small battery operated or pocket model. Large main operated or small battery operated or pocket model. Now the electrodes design depends on anatomical location, duration of treatment, uh, clinic or home treatment, sensitivity of the patient and skin irritations. Electrodes design mainly depends on the anatomical location. Depends on the anatomical location. Design of the electrodes, it is mainly depends on the anatomical location, duration of the treatment, clinic or home treatment, sensitivity of the patient and the skin irritation. Now different sizes electrodes are of different size and shape. Small electrode for motor points, more density. Small electrodes for motor points have a more density. So these are the uh, electrodes, a selection of electrodes. They are designed depends on the anatomical locations, duration of the treatment, clinic or home treatment, sensitivity of the patient or skin irritation, and they are different size and shape. Small electrode for the motor points have more density. Now large electrode for large muscle. Large electrodes are mainly used for the large muscle stimulation. Edges of the rectangular or square electrodes cause electrical field concentration. Edge of the rectangular or electrode Edge of the rectangular square electrode, they cause the electric field concentration, current density, hot spot. They are cause the electric field concentration and the current density, hot spot. Long rectangular electrode for post operative incision pain. Long rectangular electrodes, they are mainly used for the post operative incision pain. So large electrodes are mainly used for the large muscle stimulation, and edges of the rectangular or square electrode, they cause the electric field concentration and current density, hot spot. And the long rectangular electrodes, they are mainly used for the post operatively incision pain. Now the disposable electrodes cut down according to the anatomical position. Another electrodes they are used are the disposable electrodes. They cut down according to the anatomical position of the patient or the anatomical position of the surface that we treat. So disposable electrode may also come. Now the placement of the electrodes. How we place the electrodes in the TENS. First, site of pain over great tenderness. First, we place the electrode over the site of pain or over the great tenderness. Where there is tenderness, we place the electrode over the site of pain or over great tenderness. The second one, over the dermatomes and myotomes along with the long axis. We place the electrodes over the dermatomes and myotomes along with long axis. Now over the trigger points, acupuncture point and motor point. Uh, Now over the trigger points, acupuncture points and motor points. Peripheral nerves over the peripheral nerves along the nerves where there it is superficial. So these are the placement of the electrode. First, site of the pain over great tenderness, site of the pain where over great tenderness, dermatomes and the myotomes, place over the dermatomes and the myotomes along with the long axis, trigger points, acupuncture points and the motor points, and the peripheral nerve along the nerve where it is superficial, peripheral nerve along the nerve where it is superficial. Now the method of electrode placement. Now the method of the placement of the electrode. First one is the direct placement. We place directly over the surface, directly place the electrode over the surface. Second one is contiguous placement. Third one is the placement of the stimulation point, placement of the stimulation point, dermatome placement, spinal root placement, and contralateral placement. These are the method of electrode placement. First one is the direct placement, direct apply over the skin. Second one is contiguous placement, or the placement of the stimulation point, or the placement of the stimulation point over the dermatomes placement, spinal root placement. We place over the spinal root, and contralateral placement. These are the direct placement, contralateral placement, contiguous placement, dermatome placement, spinal root placements. Now, first we are discussing about the direct placement. The electrodes over the skin on or around painful site. In direct placement, we place the electrode over the skin or on around the painful site. We place the electrode over the skin on or around the painful site. Each channels runs parallel to the each other. Each channels of the tens, they are runs parallel to the electrodes. So direct electrodes, direct placement of the electrodes, the electrodes over the skin or on or around painful site, or each channel runs parallel to the each other. Now second one is the contiguous placement. When direct placement is contraindicated in condition in which the direct placement is the contraindication, that is the post-operative incision or lacration condition. Contiguous placement is used when the direct placement is indicated, that is in condition of the post-operative incisions, in the condition of post-operative incision or the lacerations. Electrode near to the vicinity of the pain. Electrodes in contiguous placement, the electrodes are placed near to the vicinity of the pain. Current will run parallel to each other or cross each other. Now the current will run in a contiguous placement, the current will run parallel to each other or cross each other. So contiguous placement of the electrode when direct placement is contraindicated, that is condition of post-operative incision or in condition of the lacerations. Electrodes near to the vicinity of the pain and current will run parallel to each other or cross each other. Now third one is the stimulation point placement. Stimulation point placement over the motor point, acupuncture point, or the trigger point. Stimulation motor point placement means over the motor point, acupuncture point, trigger point, or sensitive to the stimulation. In many conditions they are located closely. They are sensitive to stimulation in many conditions. They are located closely. Single tense electrode stimulates all joints. Single tense electrode, it stimulates the all joints. So this is all about the stimulation point placement. First, motor point, acupuncture point, and the trigger point. They are sensitive to the stimulation in many conditions. They are located closely. Single tense electrode stimulates all points. Now the trigger points. Sensitive area in the muscle or connective tissue. Trigger points means sensitive area in the muscle or the connective tissue. There is a sensitive area in the muscle or a connective tissue like fascia that becomes painful when compressed. That become painful when compressed. Sensitive area in the muscle or connective tissue that become painful when compressed. Irritable spot associated within a hyper irritable spot associated with a taut band of the skeletal muscles, or compression on trigger point can cause radiating pain. Compression on the trigger point, they cause the if there is any compression in the trigger point, they cause the radiating pain. And also it is a point from which pain radiated. Trigger point is also it is a point from which the pain radiates throughout the muscle. uh, Trigger point is a point through which pain radiate trigger point is a point from which pain radiated throughout the muscle, and fascia cause myofascial pain syndrome, and fascia cause the myofascial pain syndrome. So this is all about the trigger point. Trigger point, it is a sensitive area. It is a trigger point, it is mainly a sensitive area in muscle or the connective tissue. Sensitive area in the muscle or connective tissue like fascia that becomes painful when compressed. It becomes painful when compressed. Hyper irritable spot associated with taut bands of the skeletal. It is hyper irritable spot associated with a taut bands of the skeletal muscles. Compression on trigger point can cause, if we compress the trigger point, it causes radiating pain, and also it is a point from which pain radiates, and also it is a point from which pain radiates throughout the muscles, and fascia cause myofascial pain syndrome. Now the dermatome placement. Next one is the dermatome placement. In dermatome is situation in which the pain is distributed according to dermatome wise. Situation in which the pain is distributed. Situation in which the pain is situation in dermatome placement. Situation uh, in which the pain is distributed according to the dermatome. Pain is distributed according to dermatome wise. Electrode placement is on affected and contralateral side. Now the placement of electrode in dermatome placement is on affected and the contralateral side. Electrode placement is on affected or the contralateral side. Now the other techniques involves putting one electrode at the corresponding spinal and nerve root and other distal end of the dermatomes. Other technique involves other technique involves that putting one electrode at the corresponding spinal and the nerve root and other distal end of the dermatomes. Now next one is the spinal root placement. Placement of electrode parallel to the spinal column between the transverse processes. We place the electrode, they are parallel to the spinal column, that are parallel to the spinal column between the transverse processes, and they stimulate the spinal root associated with pain, and they stimulate the spinal root associated with pain. So spinal root placement. In spinal root placement, placement of the electrode in spinal root placement, we place the electrode parallel to the spinal column between the transverse process and stimulate the spinal root associated with pain. Now contralateral placement. Next one is the next and last one is the contralateral placement. Placement of electrode on the opposite side of body. In contralateral placement, we place the electrode on the opposite side of the. We place the electrode in the. We place the electrode in the opposite. We place the electrode in the opposite side of the body. In contralateral placement, we place the electrode on the opposite sides of the body, approximately the location from which the pain is arising from injured side. Approximately at the location from which the pain is arising from injured side. Theory of the bilateral transfer. Contralateral placement also called as theory of bilateral transfer. Sensory impulses of one side of the body got confused with noxious impulses of the opposite side because of crossing of the nerve tract in spinal cord. Sensory impulses of one side of the body. Sensory impulses of the one side of the body, they got confused with noxious impulses of the opposite side because of the crossing of the nerve tract in the spinal cord. Now the preparation of the patient. Now the preparation of the patient. Skin below the stimulation should have intact sensory mechanism. Skin that is below the stimulation should have a intact sensory mechanism. Skin below the stimulation should they intact with a sensory mechanism. Works on skin resistance. We work on skin resistance. Clean with alcohol, soap, water to remove surface lipids. First we work on the skin resistance. We clean the skin with alcohol, soap or water to remove the surface lipid. Moisten the skin before application. We moisten the skin before application. So this is all about the preparation of the patient. That is the skin below the stimulation should have, the skin which is below the stimulation should have intact sensory mechanism. The skin below the stimulation should have an intact sensory mechanism. Work on skin resistance. Work on skin resistance. We clean with work on skin resistance. We clean with the alcohol, soap, water to remove the surface lipid and moisten the skin before application. Now, we ask the patient to sit in a comfortable position, not to move or electrode movement. We ask the patient to sit on a comfortable position or not to move or electrode movements. Explanation to the sensation, and we explain to the sensation. After some time increase the intensity. After the some time we increase the intensity of the tense. So we in preparation of the patient, we sit the patient in the comfortable position and not to move or do not move the electrode movements. And explanation to the sensation. Explain the sensation of the tenses. Explain about the sensation of the tense. And after some time we increase the intensity of the tense. Now the preparation. Next one is the preparation of the apparatus. Preparation of the apparatus. We prepare the apparatus before the use. So preparation of the apparatus. First, adjust output parameter. First we adjust the output parameters like pulse duration and the pulse frequency. First we adjust the output parameters like pulse duration and the pulse frequency. Now second one is the select the electrodes. Depend on the type of the tense. We select the electrodes depends on the type of the tenses. Now they select the output mode. Now we select the output mode depending on method and the duration of the tense. Now we select the output mode. It mainly depends on the method and the duration of the. It mainly depends on the method and the duration of the tense. Now before starting, intensity should be zero. Before we start the treatment, before we start the apparatus or we start the modality, intensity, we check the intensity should be zero. Increase the output intensity gradually channel wise. Now we increase the output intensity gradually. Now we increase the output intensity gradually channel wise according to the channel wise. This is all about the preparation of the apparatus. First we adjust output parameters. First we adjust the output parameters like pulse duration and the pulse frequency. Second, we select the electrodes. It mainly depends on the types of the tenses. Now select the output mode. Now we select the output mode. It mainly depends selection of the output modes. It depends on the method and the duration of the tenses. Now before starting the apparatus or modality, intensity, we check the intensity should be zero or increase the output intensity gradually channel wise. We increase the output intensity gradually channel wise. Now we balance the channel. Now we balance the channel and increase the intensity after some time. Now we balance all the chambers and increase the intensity after some times. Now next one is the contraindications of the tenses. Electrodes should not put over carotid sinus like anterior aspects of the neck. They cause vasovagal reflexes and hypotensive responses, due to which decrease in the BP. So we could not place the electrodes. We could not place the electrodes over the carotid sinus or the anterior aspects of the neck. We cannot place the or put the electrodes over the carotid sinus or the anterior aspect of the neck, because they cause the vasovagal reflexes. They cause the vasovagal reflexes and hypotensive response, due to decrease in the BP. Now in it is tense is contraindicated in condition like skin sensation loss, because we apply the tense in skin sensation loss condition. It may cause burn. Skin sensation, we cannot use tense in skin sensation loss. Require a great intensity. We require a great intensity for stimulation. They may cause skin irritation and the burn. So these are the contraindication. First, electrodes should not put over the carotid sinus or at the anterior aspects of the neck, because they cause vasovagal reflexes and the hypotensive response, due to a decrease in BP. And second one is the skin sensation loss conditions. Require a great intensity for stimulation, cause skin irritation and the burns. Now in child or adults, it is contraindicated in child or adult. Should not use on the head or neck region of the epileptic patient. We should not use on the head or neck region of the in epileptic patients. We should not use on the head or neck of the patient of a CVA or TIA, neck of the patient of a cardiovascular condition or traumatic injury, ischemic heart disease conditions. We cannot apply TENS. Allergic to the gel or the chemical reaction. Patient who have a allergy to the gel or the chemical reaction. In these type of patient, we cannot apply TENS. Now the precautions with pacemakers. Now the precautions with pacemakers can give in asynchronous type pacemaker. They can give in asynchronous type pacemaker, not in synchronized type of pacemaker. Leads ventricular arrhythmia. Precautions with pacemakers, they can give in the asynchronous type pacemakers or not in synchronized type of pacemaker, leads to the ventricular arrhythmia. Now electrode should place as close as possible. Now we place the electrode should place as close as possible, should put away from the heart area. We should put the electrodes away from the heart area. Lowest intensity of current is given. Lowest intensity of the current is given in case of light headedness. In case of the light headedness or dizziness, turn off the TENS. In the case of the light headedness or the dizziness, we turn off the TENS. So electrode should place as close as possible, should put away from the heart area, and lowest intensity of current given. In case of light headachenes or dizziness, turn off the TENS. Now, neurophysiology of the pain. The experience of pain results from a physiological response to the noxious stimulation. Different factors that influence the preparation of the pain in the different individuals, like cultural difference, state of emotions, and the past experience. So, this is all about the TENS. This is all about the TENS. What is TENS and its this is all about the TENS and its types of the TENS. It is mainly of TENS means through the skin, or the full form of the TENS is the transcutaneous electrical nerve stimulation, or transcutaneous means through the skin. So TENS, it is of five types. First one is the conventional TENS, or low frequency high intensity TENS, high frequency low intensity TENS, or conventional. Second one is the low frequency. Second one is the high frequency and low intensity. Second one is the low frequency and high intensity TENS. Next one is the brief TENS and modulated TENS and burst TENS. Mainly, it is of five types of TENS. It is contraindicated in the conditions of the skin loss sensations conditions, severe conditions. So this is all about the TENS. Now the question related to the TENS, or the quiz related to the TENS. First question is the duration of the high frequency TENS. Duration of the high frequency TENS. Options are 50 to 80 microseconds, 50 to 70 microsecond. C is equal to is 50 to 90 microsecond, or D is to 80 to 90 microseconds. This is the question is the duration of the question is duration of the high frequency TENS. Answer for the duration of the high frequency TENS is 50 to 80 microseconds. Now the next question is the indication of the high frequency TENS. Indication of the high frequency TENS, or therapeutic uses of the high frequency TENS. Options are acute soft tissue injuries, acute soft tissue injury. Second one is the inflammatory conditions. Third one is the myofascial pain, and next one is the all of the them. Indication of the high frequency TENS: acute soft tissue injury, inflammatory conditions, myofascial pain, or all of them. Now the answer is all of them, because high frequency TENS, it is used in all of conditions like acute soft tissue injuries, inflammatory conditions, or myofascial pain. Now the advantages of the acupuncture TENS. Next question is the advantages of the acupuncture TENS. Options are: first one is it is non-invasive device, it is portable, C is non-adductive, or D is all of them. Answer for the advantages of the acupuncture type is all of them, because it is a non-invasive device, or it may be it may be a portable device, or it is non-adductive device. Now the next question is the physiological effects of the TENS are. Options are pain control, blood circulation, both or none. Physiological effects of the TENS are the pain control, blood circulation, both or none. Answer is the both, because physiological effects of the TENS, they are used in the pain control and the blood circulation. Now next question is TENS means. Options are through skin, away from skin, directly on skin, or none. Tense means or transcutaneous means. Our answer is the through the skin. Now the next question is the full form of the tense. Options are transcutaneous nerve stimulation, transcutaneous electrical nerve stimulation, transdermal ending nerve stimulation, or all of them. So the answer for the full form of the TENS is the transcutaneous electrical nerve stimulation. How many types of TENS? 5 types, 4 types, 3 types, or 2 types? Mainly TENS it is of 5 types. Now the frequency of the high TENS it is 40 to 145 hertz, 40 to 150 hertz, 40 to 160 hertz, and 30 to 140 hertz. Now the frequency of the high frequency TENS is 40 to 150 hertz. So this is all about the TENS. Thank you.